The events of the movie are set on a planet with double gravity. The upper planet appears upside down to those below. The rules of gravity apply to both planets, and humans cannot visit the other planet because of the gravitational force. The status of the two worlds is very different. The upper world is highly developed and wealthy, and the lower world is the opposite. People from opposite planets are strictly forbidden to contact each other. Violation of this law can be punishable by death or imprisonment. The only legal contact between the people of the two planets is at the Transworld headquarters. It is a skyscraper that connects the two worlds. People from above visit the lower world for tourism and novelties like dancing on the ceiling. But the people at the bottom have no such opportunities. Adam is a resident of the lower world. His only relative is his great-aunt Becky, whom he visits on weekends. Becky tells him about her secret recipe for flying pancakes, which uses pollen from pink bees. They collect pollen from both worlds. She also shows him a book about the secrets of the pink bees and promises to give it to Adam when he grows up. One day, Becky sends Adam to collect pollen from the mountain. He climbs higher than he has ever climbed before and reaches the top. From there, he can clearly see the upper world. Adam has a paper airplane in his hand, which he tosses upward. He flies and lands there on the ground. A beautiful girl finds him, and Adam looks up at her. They both smile. A few years later, Adam is transformed into a handsome young man. Since then, he and the girl Eden have become friends. They meet every day in the same place. Adam uses the second law of gravity to draw Eden to him. He ties a rope around her and pulls her down. They walk through the woods, and Adam holds Eden in place. But suddenly, they hear gunshots and rush back to the top of the hill. As Adam sends Eden back up the hill, the guards shoot at him. The rope slips out of his hands, and Eden hits her head on the ground above. He watches as she lies motionless on the ground. Meanwhile, the guards grab Adam, take him away from Becky, and imprison him. They also burn down Becky's house. Another 10 years have passed. Adam is now a young man working in a mechanic shop with his boss Albert. He experiments with bee pollen to create an anti-gravity facial lifting cream formula. However, the formula only works for a few seconds. The equipment needed to further develop the formula is only found in the upper world. One day while at work, he saw Eden on TV and was greatly surprised. It turns out she works in the trans world. Adam is overjoyed that she is alive. Soon, he too begins working at Transworld because they can provide him with the resources he needs to finalize his face cream formula. Adam also plans to reunite with his teenage love there. On his first day on the job, Adam is fascinated by the exclusive workplace. The skyscraper has several floors with a plus sign for employees at the top and a minus sign for employees at the bottom. Adam works on floor 0, which means in the middle, and he has employees from both planets. The facility manager informs him of the workplace rules. According to him, Adam, who is at the bottom, is lucky to get a prestigious job at Transworld. Finally, he informs Adam that if he steals any reverse matter from the upper world, he will be fired and imprisoned. Another coworker gives Adam the reverse matter and advises him to keep it in the refrigerator so it won't burn. After work, Adam returns to Albert, who is angry at him for going to the other world, claiming that the people on top are evil. Albert fears that Adam may be killed working for Transworld. Meanwhile, Eden is in a self-help group where we learn that she has lost all her memories from before the accident. She doesn't remember Adam at all. One day at work, Adam asks his coworker Bob from the upper world to connect with Eden, and Bob agrees. That night, Adam, Albert, and their friend Pablo spend together. Pablo asks Adam if it's really all worth it. He's afraid that Eden won't want to hang out with Adam anymore, but Adam doesn't want to stop. The next day at work, Adam gives Bob rare stamps from the lower world as a gift. He starts working hard on the face cream, and after a few days, he presents the cream to the government from above. He applies it on the dog's face, whereupon his face lifts up. The executive is impressed and gives Adam more time to get the cream to have a lasting effect. Adam works overtime that day. When the office is empty, he climbs into a chair and calls the upper world receptionist from Bob's phone. He then makes an appointment with Eden on behalf of Bob. Later, at Albert's store, Adam is sewed a heavy suit of back matter to help him upstairs. However, the suit begins to burn after Adam has been upstairs for a while. The next day, Adam puts on the suite in a separate room at work and disguises himself as an employee from upstairs. Once he puts on the suite and shoes, their weight compensates for his body weight, allowing him to walk on the ceiling. He quickly runs to the floor where Eden works. He's happy to see her, but she doesn't recognize him. Her coworker informs Adam of Eden's amnesia. Adam apologizes for his visit and tries to tell things from his, but she just laughs. Then his suit starts to burn, and Adam throws himself into the bathtub to reduce the pain with water. At this point, the alarm goes off and Adam is chased by officers, but he manages to escape. Later that night, Pablo and Albert apply salve to his burns, and Pablo remains skeptical of Eden. The next day, an alarm goes off at work and management announces the names of several employees who will be fired. Bob's name is also on the list. After everyone has left, Bob and Adam chat. Adam feels sorry for Bob. Before he leaves, Bob gives him a box with a card, key, and ID so Adam can leave the Transworld Edition and enter the upper area. Adam is alone when he gets a call on Bob's phone. It's Eden. She is surprised that Adam hasn't returned after disappearing the day before and wants to meet him. Adam agrees and goes to a private room where he puts his costume back on to disguise himself. Then, using Baba's map, he exits the Transworld building and enters the real upper world for the first time. Looking around, he is amazed. He then goes to a restaurant where Adam tries to conjure up some memories for Eden, but she is uncomfortable. They chat for a while, after which Adam's shoes start to burn. He needs to get back downstairs as soon as possible. They leave the restaurant and make a date for the next day. Adam's shoes are on fire, so he hurries to the nearest bridge and jumps into the sea. As soon as he loses his shoes, he is thrown down and lands in another sea already below. Finally, Adam arrives home, but catches a cold. That night, Eden dreams of herself and Adam. Memories begin to come back to her. The next day at work, the formula for the cream is ready. He presents it to the board members. An old woman sits next to Adam. He applies the cream to her face and she immediately tightens up. The board members applaud him. At that moment, Eden enters the audience, calls Adam Bob in front of everyone, but Adam tells her his name is Adam. Confused, Eden runs out of there. After the meeting ends, Adam rushes upstairs in his suite. He looks for Eden as well. However, she leaves the building before Adam can catch her. Adam uses Bob's card, but this time it doesn't work as Bob's card, but this time it doesn't work as Bob has been fired. Seeing that his cover has been blown, Adam runs away, pursued by security. He manages to escape, but has no way to get downstairs. Not finding Eden, he goes to Bob's house to ask for help. Bob is surprised, but greets him sincerely. Adam sits on the ceiling as Bob holds out to him the suit he designed to lower Adam down. This suit is designed so that he won't get burned even with prolonged contact with the back matter. Adam then shows him the magic of rose pollen. He mixes liquids from both planets and creates a floating substance that resists the gravity of both planets. Bob is afraid that Transworld will learn the formula and use it for his own benefit. But Adam says he never told the people from the other world about the secret ingredient of rose pollen. Without it, the company can't produce the facial lifting cream. In Bob's costume, Adam returns to the restaurant and finds Eden there. He goes to talk to her and surprisingly, she is happy to see him. She tells him that she is starting to remember scraps of their childhood together and they kiss. Soon, the border police arrive there and Adam has to leave. Once downstairs, he climbs a sage mountain and waits for Eden to arrive. Finally, she arrives. The two float in the air and kiss. They're just at the top together when a group of soldiers look for them. The lovers try to escape, but at the end, Adam falls down and Eden is arrested by the guards. Adam lands in a tree and escapes the impact thanks to his reverse matter suite. As Adam walks down the street in the lower world, he is kidnapped by two men. They tell him that they are willing to drop the charges against Eden if Adam gives them the formula for the face cream. He is then thrown out of a car. Adam now believes that he will never see Eden again and goes back to his normal life. Meanwhile, upstairs, Bob experiments with the formula Adam showed him and discovers that they can use it to counteract the effects of gravity so that people from upstairs can pass downstairs. The next day, Eden visits Bob and asks for his help. Later that day, Adam is at Albert's store when suddenly Bob arrives there. Adam is surprised and asks him how this is possible. Bob can indeed float in the air using Adam's formula. He has perfected it and now any matter can counteract the gravity of any world. Bob also tells him that he bought the patent for the space cream before Transworld did. He then informs Adam that he has a date. Soon, Eden finds him in the lower world and tells him that she is pregnant with child. As a result of she can stay free in both worlds. Many years later, a towering skyscraper is seen in both worlds, showing that both sides have become prosperous. People from both sides play basketball together, which is a beautiful ending to the story. That's all for today. What do you think of this movie? Write your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more such videos.